Hello, TikTok. Hey, it's the NFL guy. Okay, I just got done with my first work draft, and let me tell you, that was the craziest draft that I've seen. Going back to my one video where I saw Najee Harris going number 2, and I think the one video where I talked that Travis Kelce went number 2 or number 3 or whatever. I can't remember which. Another shock. I had the 7th pick. Don't get me wrong. I love, like I said, I'll do this video in a few parts. I love Alvin Kamara to death. Like, he's going to be solid. He's amazing. But number 1? Alvin Kamara went number 1. Like, over Derrick Henry, McCaffrey, and Dalvin Cook. That dude has a sack, man. His sack is like Superman's nuts from Krypton. Wow. I just couldn't believe it. Like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, oh my God. I was like, wow, dude, you got to be like a Saints fan or you don't even know what you're doing. Because I was like, but that was a good pick. That was a good pick. I think Cook. I think Derrick Henry or McCaffrey would have been another pick. But number 1, that was the first ever in the NFL fantasy draft this year that Kamara went number 1. I had the 7th pick. I think I did pretty good. I went with Aaron Jones. I was just like, ooh, man, Aaron Jones. I was like, okay, I went with Aaron Jones, okay? So I think I had a really good draft. Before we go into about my picks, I decided between Russell Wilson and Justin Herbert. I was like, oh man, experience, young. I love Herbert, but like Russell Wilson had 40 touchdowns and he's got Lockett and DK Metcalf who both had 10 touchdowns. And I was like, oh, Aaron Rodgers went right before him. And I was like, maybe I'll go with Aaron Rodgers. So I went with experience. I went with Russell Wilson. Like, I couldn't pass up Russell Wilson. Same thing. Like, I had Kyle Pitts, like, right before it. I was like, ooh, I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is going to be a really good tight end. Someone took him. So I was like, okay. It was between Pitts and Tanyan. Tanyan had 11 touchdowns last year, which I think he's going to be very touchdown dependable next year. Or this year, I should say. So I was like, okay. All right, I was still happy with my tight end. I'm happy with my quarterback. I'm going to start talking about my team in part 2.